Hi there. Welcome to Apple World. Huh? What's going on, Puff? I'll have returned to you in the event that JD ain't had enough made little as a kid. I owe you a supper, man. I owe you a supper. I clearly can't stand to give anything. Like I told Puffy, I don't allow men to take me out, sir. I'm great that all the cat is out of the sack in a real sense because Diddy is purportedly attempting to hijack a Katt Williams. Right when we were beginning to feel that we had heard the remainder of the enduring Diddy series, Katt Williams emerged with the bombshell interview that blew things completely open once more as per computer-aided design. Diddy was attempting to allure him for a really long time and let Katt Williams tell her Diddy had offered him $50 million only for a casual sexual encounter. Listen, it seems to be Diddy has been down terrible for Katt for some time currently. Yet hold up and stand by a moment since there's more wildness here as per Katt. Diddy purportedly got irate when he turned down his $50 million proposition, and he supposedly had his kin kidnap Katt, and he attempted to compel him into an oddity-off meeting, despite his desire to the contrary. Well, you can trust Katt to spill each and every drop of tea and listen him. Didn't frustrate cuz the things he said about this present circumstance are insane, and he is carrying receipts to back up his story. You all is Diddy. He truly love with C. Williams, or what we were in the studio he said, yeah, I'ma drug their off and got them and pip them out to my neck. Okay, so while everyone was all the while praising the new year, Shannon Sharp put the web into a stifle hoe, and he's dropped a new episode of his show club Shay digital recording highlighting Katt Williams, and you all know that whenever Katt has the opportunity to talk, he truly be spitting that reality. And he spilled some insane tea on the episode. Katt had a ton to say regarding a ton of individuals in Hollywood, including comics like Steve Harvey, Kevin Hart, and the like, and he continued forever about a great deal of subjects, yet what truly grabbed individuals' eye was the wild stories that he needed to tell about Diddy and how Diddy attempted to lure him and get him in his bed, and purportedly when he neglected to get Katt, he attempted to say him now. Except if you all have been MIA and extended getaway, or you've been under a stone these recent weeks, then you definitely know what's going on. And with Diddy and his exercises, and even before that, there have been gossipy tidbits about Diddy being on the download, and attempting to recommendation a few youthful men's is in the business now from here onward. Indefinitely quite a while the roads have been discussing how coquettish Diddy is, and the way in which he's continuously throwing it across town. Yet we generally sort of expect that he was only a grimy tease towards ladies since we as a whole expertise Diddy likes to keep a herm of chuck. Yet for reasons unknown, he was coy with all kinds of people cause he has been keeping men as an afterthought too well supposedly. Presently there have forever been discusses, Diddy being on the D from way back, yet individuals could do without to discuss it due to how strong Diddy is in the music business. One of the main individuals who gave us some knowledge into what Diddy's identity was in secret was Usher, who stood in opposition to the things that he saw at Diddy's home while residing with him as a teen, and the tales he needed to tell were honestly upsetting. Then there is 50 Cent, who is by all accounts a rare example of individuals who can straightforwardly look at Diddy without flinching and uncover him. Diddy has been expressing it for quite a while about how Diddy is a miscreant who professes to be great and open. He has been attempting to uncover reality with regards to Diddy's gatherings, like the time he said, "See to this end, I don't show up for no party Puffy and them at the F is happening here. Get the F off my young fellow." What the 50 Cent additionally attempted to piece of information what's into Diddy's secret antics with men, and he even ventured to call Diddy fruity. And they go when they do it. How'll he doing? He makes statements he doesn't actually have the foggiest idea what he's talking about is like fruity. However, at that point, individuals didn't actually need to give a ton of consideration to 50, since he's a significant savage, and they felt that he was simply savaging once more. However, all that changed after Cassie recorded her claim against Diddy, blaming him for attacking and controlling her in the relationship that traversed over 10 years. She likewise blamed him for constraining her to get physically involved with male escorts, which he alluded to as oddity-off parties, and all the items in the claim were terrible to the point that it had a trigger admonition on the absolute first page. Very much did he settle that claim, and he most likely felt that him settling would kill the case, yet that didn't occur. Rather, it was an exceptionally dangerous slant for Diddy, since various ladies have approached with accounts of how they were casualties of from Diddy, including a lady who guaranteed that she was a minor when he tried her, yet she was attempted by Diddy and his associates, who were all men, and this had individuals contemplating whether this was another of his oddity offs. I mean, from the manner in which Cassie said it dislike he gave her a ton of decision in the oddity offs. At any rate, currently I'm doing whatever it takes not to slam Diddy for loving men since his room. His business anyway, on the off chance that it's actual. The manner in which he went about it was totally bizarre, particularly on the grounds that he's accounted for to have harmed many individuals in the process. For instance, Cassie asserted in her claim that Diddy constrained her to take part in private exercises with male escorts, while he watched and got joy from it, yet as per his guardian, John Bargain, Diddy got delight from the oddity operations in additional ways than one, on the grounds that, as per Jean, the oddity operations were for Diddy's advantage presently. You all recollect how Katt, as he said in her claim, that Diddy used to give her a rundown of unmistakable things to pay special attention to at whatever point she was employing a companies for that oddity offs. Well, as per Jean, the purpose for this is that the oddity off meetings were for Diddy and Nassie. He likewise guaranteed that Diddy effectively partook in those oddity offs, and she say that in this claim that Diddy he delighted in watching her get crushed by BBCs. So you understand your opinion on that day. Oh, you think she was the only one getting banged by music? Him. Do you think this man had this lady look for whores online only for them to engage in sexual relations with her? Now separated from 50 Cent, Jean is a very rare example of individuals who stand on business with regards to Diddy. And I won't lie, it at times feels like Jean detests Diddy because he's been spilling tea on Diddy for a long time, way before this entire thing with Cassie began, and it's sort of difficult to fault him for that. Sliking Diddy on the grounds that could you all at any point envision the things that Jean would have seen while he was working for him? No doubt that most likely makes sense of why not set in stone to spill however much tea on Diddy that he can affirm. So presently back to Katt and his story on Club Shay. Now everyone realizes and the amount he detests the obscure piece of the business, since he has consistently made an honest effort to uncover the mysterious obscure piece of the business that fans don't necessarily get to see. Currently, I won't say that Katt has free lips and can't leave well enough alone, yet I'm almost certain he has loads of mysteries of his own. With regards to the obscure craftsman or the Illuminati and stuff like that, you were unable to pay sufficiently for Katt to leave well enough alone. And realizing this, I sort of can't help thinking about why Diddy felt that it was smart in the smallest for him to attempt to put continues on Katt, or attempt to entice him. Katt isn't about that secretive life. He is a kid, Diddy, and Diddy ought to have realized that it's like he was asking to be uncovered or something. Because on the off chance that there are 2 or 3 individuals in the business that will spill that tea, it's Dave Chappelle Panther Wright and Katt. Now separated from the entire thing about Katt continually uncovering the business, there's additionally the way that he could do without Diddy. That much he is all generally called Diddy out for acting up seemingly with more youthful men in any event, venturing to call him the P word, if you catch my drift again. This doesn't have anything to do with Cassie's claim, since computer-aided design has been uncovering Diddy's obscure exercises, beginning around 2011 when he uncovered Diddy and Jermaine Dupri for supposedly saying the confound young men you all recall, confuse crisscross, will take you leap bounce definitely Chris Kelly, and Chris Smith, the 2 young men who were found by Jermaine Dupri during TEF. He'd 90s. Well, both young men were extremely youthful when they were found by Jermaine Dupri, in light of the fact that they were still in grade school at that point anyway. Jermaine saw that it factor, and when they turned 12 and 13, they had become well known in the business and were becoming hotshots. Yet there were a ton of things happening in the background, since word on the roads is that Jermaine was supposedly trying both young men in the background, and in addition to the fact that he purportedly trying was them, yet he was likewise supposedly pimping them out to his companions in the business to do the equivalent, including Diddy. Supposedly both young men went through this bad dream for quite a long time, and Chris Kelly in the end fostered an ongoing drug habit, probably because of the supposed say that he was exposed to in the business. Yet what makes this significantly more troubled is that both young men had their doubts about Jermaine all along, in light of the fact that their most memorable sense was that he meant something bad. However, at that point he guaranteed them popularity and fortune, and being the little fellows that they were at the time, they got bulldozed in an old meeting. Chris Kelly said we were simply playing computer games in the shopping center in Atlanta, when out of nowhere this buddy comes dependent upon us and said he like for us to work with him as rap artists. We had no clue about who he was. As a matter of fact, I told M. Diddy that I thought that the person was presumably a kid, better believe it, he fundamentally took a gander at every one of us entertaining, and as per Jean, the pimping of craftsmen was not just restricted to Jermaine Dupri alone, in light of the fact that he professed to have her Diddy-making arrangements to pimp out the individuals from his young lady bunch Diddy King cuz? I heard him. What's more, I'm giving you this Aubrey. He stood up there. Subscribe Apple World for more videos.